Welcome to the Richer Podcast, the show for women who want more. I'm your host, Sarah Coombs, mum, wife, educator, and the woman who took a $40,000 a year pay cut, scraped together $110,000 in 2 weeks, moved 15 times with 2 babies under 2, lived in 2 garages, and ran purely on caffeine and grit. Who, fast forward to now, has built a life that has me jumping out of bed every morning with excitement, because around here, every woman deserves to live a life she's in love with. If you're done choosing between motherhood or ambition, burnout or balance, this is your podcast. Each week we dive into powerful conversations that help you to build a richer life, one with more freedom, more impact, and yes, coffee that's still hot. So whether you're driving to work, winding down with a cup of tea, or stealing a rare moment for yourself, I'm so glad you're here. This is your time. This is your podcast. Welcome to the Richer Life. I was recently listening to Mel Robbins talk about her melting ice concept. She tells the story of leaving the ice cube on the bench and you think, I'll wipe that up in a minute, you get distracted, and by the time you come back, it's melted. Gone. You can't pick it up and you're wiping up a puddle. Mel then compares this to visiting her parents. She kept saying, next week, next month. She realized if she only saw them a couple of times a year, she may not have many visits left. That hit me like a ton of bricks. My parents are in their 70s, and if I see them once a year, I could have less than 10 visits left. 10. And that was a moment that I realized that time is worth so much more than money. You can make more money, but you can't buy back that time. There's a quiet kind of hardness that settles into people who have lost a parent. My husband carries it. It's the kind of shift you can spot. Once you've seen it, you notice it in others too, because it changes the way that you see time. Because once you've felt that kind of loss, you realize tomorrow isn't promised. Every moment together becomes sacred. Every conversation matters just a little bit more. And today's topic, it's one that's made me completely rethink my calendar. Time is the most valuable asset you will ever own. So, we were sitting at the kitchen table the other day and I asked Charlotte what she thought that being rich meant. Without skipping a beat, she said, it means spending more time with your family and kids. And it was like, well, yeah, that's all kids want. Not matching lunchboxes, not another lol doll, just you. So why does society have it all backwards? Society is selling us the wrong dream. We're told good parenting means buying the developmental toys, wearing coordinating outfits, working longer so our kids never have to go without. So we give up our time to make money, to buy stuff for the kids who just want us to sit on the floor and build a Lego tower with them. Actually, that's probably a bad analogy because Lego is actually quite expensive. For kids who just want us to sit on the floor and play cards with them. I'm just going to let that sink in for a little bit, because reflecting as a parent, what's one thing you've sacrificed time for recently? And you did it thinking that it would make you a better parent, but your child never actually asked for it. Because society has got us in this trap of selling off the most valuable thing we have, which is time, to chase things that don't matter as much as we've been told that they do. The rich talk about freedom. They're not talking about yachts, they're talking about time freedom. The freedom to rest when you need to be present without panic, to choose how your days unfold, to work less and earn more. When you control your time, you control your life. Now, I've told myself this lie plenty of times, and it's the lie of I'll do it later. We've all said it. I'll book that trip when work slows down. I'll do that thing for myself next week. I'll have that conversation soon. But later is a myth. And in New Zealand, where the weather is more chaotic than Boxing Day shopping, we know when the sun comes out, you drop everything and you soak it up because tomorrow it might rain sideways. So why don't we live our lives like that? If you are still thinking that we live in an information society, we now live in an attention society. You might think you're time poor, but really you're attention poor. Instagram, emails, Netflix, your attention is up for auction and the highest bidder wins. As Tony Robbins says, if you don't have 10 minutes, you don't have a life. Yeah. So protect your attention like it's your PIN number, because if they steal your attention, they're stealing your time. So how do we take back our time? James Clear has a famous quote: good habits make time your ally, bad habits make time your enemy. So thinking of the future self you are becoming, categorize your habits into a list of good habits that help you become her: pre-packing your lunch, sticking to my money plan, preparing on a Sunday, and then bad habits that don't align, scrolling on your phone. But I want to be real for a second, because if I could wave my magic richer wand and give you an extra 20 hours a week, would your life feel easier? When you think, oh, amazing, 20 hours a week. Yeah, I could do so much with that. But I bet you if you're not auditing your time will just get swallowed up by laundry, life admin, and lifing, because life expands to the time you give it. More time won't help if you're not being intentional with it. So if you're waiting for life to slow down, to take action, you'll be waiting your whole life. So here are some tips to claiming back your time. Number one, audit your time. Where is your time actually going? Is it aligned with your values, or is it just the whatever makes loudest noise in the day? Number two, set boundaries like a boss. If it doesn't serve your season, it's a no. You say you value family? Okay, well, have a look at what task is stealing you from them. Tim Ferriss always says lack of time is a lack of priorities. So prioritize what you value. Number three, schedule joy. Yes, like actually in your calendar. Okay, this is going to sound a little bit control freakish, but every January I fill in our family calendar with one fun thing to do each month. And it's not like expensive things, it's just something out of the ordinary to break the routine up. It might be Christmas in July, going for a hike with the kids, going on a day trip somewhere, going to a concert with Hector, so that by the end of the year, I can look back and there's 12 magical memories that we didn't leave to chance. All the other memories that are left up to chance, great, they add more value to it. I know I sound really spontaneous at the moment, but yeah, life admin, that to-do list just kept on creeping into opportunities to go and have some fun. Number four, put the phone down, eyes up. Half present time is still time spent, but it's time you still won't get back. The other night I saw this video of a little boy walking up to his dad to tell him something exciting, and then halfway through, the dad looked at his phone and the little boy stopped talking and walked away. That dad just taught that little boy that the phone was more important than what he had to say. Heartbreaking. Time is the greatest asset we'll ever have, but only if we start using it like one. The goal isn't to fill your calendar, it's to fill your life with moments. So, if time were money, would you start spending it differently? Thanks for joining. If this episode made you pause, reflect, or cry in the car, been there. Please share it, tag a friend, DM me, because you deserve more. More peace, more presence, more time for what truly matters.